Welcome to episode 67 of the Family Geekery Podcast. I'm Danny.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Chris.
And today we're going to talk about...
What are we going to talking about, Danny?
Today we're going to talk about the comic Dark Ride.
Dark Ride.
By Image.
Image Comics.
This is probably the first time all day I've spoken to someone, which is...
Same.
Unfortunate, but that's okay.
That's what lazy holidays are for.
Yeah.
Yep.
So happy Labor Day to anybody out there listening. Happy belated Labor Day.
Yep.
Am I the only one wishing anybody a happy Labor Day?
Yeah.
Happy Labor Day.
I speak on behalf of the family. Yeah, so Image Comics, written by Joshua Williamson. And then we've got artists and colorists Andrea Bresson and Andriano Lucas. And this one caught my eye at the comic book store because the name.
Yeah, the name didn't hit me at first because I didn't really look at the cover until I started reading through the comic. I'm like, oh, Dark Ride. Makes sense now.
Yeah, so there should be, by this time, by 67 episodes into the podcast, it should be no surprise that we are fans of theme parks.
Yes.
Yep.
And a dark ride is a type of ride that you would ride at a theme park.
Yes, it is.
And this comic is all about a theme park.
It is.
Woohoo.
A really cool theme park that I really wish was real.
Yeah,
Right.
I want to go.
And what's it called, Danny? I didn't know I was quizzing you. Pop quiz. What's the name?
Hey, we're STEM people. We're not reading comprehension people. At least I've never been a reading comprehension person.
Devil Land?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a question or is that an answer?
That's an answer.
Okay. Yeah, Devil Land. So Devil Land is the name of the theme park that's featured in this comic Dark Ride.
I think we forgot something.
Yeah.
But before we get too far into this Dark Ride that we're riding, we're going to talk about our Geeky Weeks.
Yes,
Geeky
we will.
Weeks.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Awesome.
Well, the new Fortnite season came out.
Every week it's Fortnite. Also, welcome
It's
back,
a new
Danny.
season. Thank you. New season. Got the battle pass, and it looks pretty decent. There's new rocket guns where you can rocket into someone.
What's the
And
theming of this one? Is it like Rocket?
it's like secret agents, kind of.
Oh.
But it's pretty cool. Other than that, my nice parents came and visited me this weekend, and we went
That was
to...
nice of them.
Yeah. Not this guy over
We should
here,
meet him.
surely.
We went to a comic book store and kind of like a toys and games and comic store, which was really cool. And they had a Pokemon section, and I'm trying to collect I'm collecting all the cat Pokemon. So they had a 50 for $5.
What?
You could get 50 of the Pokemon cards for $5, and you could...
Oh, cards? Okay.
Yeah.
What were you
Sorry,
thinking?
I was thinking plushies because last night I was talking about Halloween costumes and how I want to be a Pokemon trainer and carry around a plushie of my favorite Pokemon. So that's where my brain went to first.
No, the cards.
That makes way more sense.
Because they had a deal. You could get 50 for $5, or you could get one for $1. So I was like, well, I'm going to pick out 50 then. So I got a few cat Pokemon cards.
Nice.
But other than that, that's about it.
They did have plushies there, but they were like 5 times the price that they should be.
Yeah, it was like a Five Below Squishmallow for like $15.
Yeah, that's what they do. I don't understand.
Cool. How about you, Amber?
I did a couple things. For one, I finished reading a book that I started a pretty long time ago, but never got around to finishing it.
Red fish,
Circe.
blue fish, one fish, two fish.
Yeah, that one was just too hard for me. I finished Circe by Madeline Miller, um, about the like Titan witch Circe from Greek mythology. Really good. I don't know why I didn't finish it. I had 40 pages left. So I bunkered down yesterday and forced myself to finish, not forcing myself to finish it. It had a good ending. Mostly because I got a new book that I wanted to read called The Mountain in the Sea.
Oh.
Picked this one up. It was on a little bit of a sale at Barnes and Noble, and went with my friend, and we wanted to pick out a book together that we could do sort of a mini book club on. And this one seemed really good for both of us, so picked that up and started reading that. It's pretty cool so far. It's like a futuristic. I want to say sci-fi, but it's like literally science. So like literally science fiction, I guess.
Hmm.
And not like weird science fiction. I don't know. So seems pretty interesting. Also, since I work on Friday nights, I can no longer go to pre-releases on Fridays, which is unfortunate. But a friend of mine picked up a pre-release box for me, and I was able to get my hands on a few of the cards and see what all that's about for Magic. The newest set, Wilds of Eldraine, it's all about like fairy tale themed stuff, which is really funny. So there's like the three blind mice and like a person named Greta based on Gretel, who is like killing candy monsters and stuff. So
Nice.
pretty cool. Really, really fun theme there.
Neat.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, so let's see. I downloaded a game that I haven't played yet because it's not available, but they let you pre-download it. Do you have an idea what that game might be?
Fortnite? No.
Fortnite. Yeah, they don't let boomers play the game. I have to wait
You have to wait
until
for
I'm invited.
Fortnite 40 plus.
No, it was a 120 gigabyte download. That's why they let you pre-download it. And it's out, I guess, if you have pre-ordered it, you get early access, but I'm cheap, so I didn't want to do that. And it's included in Xbox Gold or whatever it's called now. Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass. So I think I get to start playing it tomorrow, and it is Starfield.
Oh.
Have you heard of that?
Did you tell me about that?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh. It sounds familiar.
It's a new game by Bethesda, who made what games?
Fallout?
Fallout, yep. And it's, I've heard it described as Skyrim in space.
Oh.
So, nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
So I'll
Pretty
try
cool.
that out. I don't have a super lot of time to play epic games like that, but we'll try it out and see what it's like. But I did try out a new game. I don't know if it's a game or not, but speaking of Pokemon, I played a new thing called Pokemon Sleep.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah.
It's a sleep tracker, right?
I downloaded it, used it once, and never used it again.
What do you
It's
do?
a sleep tracker.
Yeah.
So it's the exact opposite of Pokemon Go. Instead of like walking around and finding things, you put your phone next to your bed and leave it turned on. But it says flip the screen over so it doesn't keep you awake. And then it tracks your sleep. And the way it tracks your sleep, I think, is through both movement and sound. And it'll
Yeah.
actually like record sounds while you sleep and give you little samples that you can listen to afterwards. And if there's any accuracy to its sleep tracking, then I should be dead.
Why?
Because it basically said I get like no restful sleep at all. I got like 4 minutes of deep sleep, in a 7-hour period. So either I need to go see a doctor right away, or their sleep tracking isn't that accurate.
Maybe it tracked Penny, our cat's sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe it got her moving around.
Yeah,
That's what
maybe.
I was thining. I was wondering if you were going to say that it like picked up her meowing at you.
Right.
Weird noise at 4 a.m.
But
Meow.
you've got like a Snorlax or
Ow.
something, and your
Ow.
Snorlax gets stronger the more you sleep, and then it attracts different sleep styled Pokemon that you capture. And
Hmm.
Okay.
it was like a freaking 20-minute long tutorial after the first night of sleep, and I'm like trying to skip past it and not understanding anything it's saying. So I don't think I'll be using it.
Okay.
I like the concept of moving around and doing that kind of thing. I mean, think back to the first time you played Pokemon Go. Like
2016.
you could find Pokemon near you. You could even do
Yeah.
the AR thing and see them like in your environment, and you could catch them and collect them. And this is the exact opposite of all of that excitement. But that's just my 5-minute evaluation of this thing that will probably be, I don't know, successful, hopefully, for them.
Yeah. I
Sounds
mean,
good.
I don't think it really matters for them, but
Yeah. Maybe they're running out of ideas after Pokemon Go and Pokemon Stop. What's going to come next? Like,
Pokemon sleep.
but yeah, so I did that, and
Nice.
other than that, got a couple bit busy this weekend with videos for the YouTube channel. So listeners, go head over to that channel and check out what I've been working on.
Woohoo.
Woohoo! But yeah, let's get into the comic. Dark Ride, issue number 1. So there may be spoilers ahead. So if you came here trying to listen to this podcast about us talking about a comic that you don't want spoiled, then maybe go pick another episode from our list and listen to that first, and then come
Just
back.
go read it.
Yeah,
Go
go
read
read
it
it.
real quick.
Go find it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's been out a while. It came out October of last year. So
Oh, it makes sense.
I think we're like 7 issues in so far. And yeah, like I said, it caught my eye. Grabbed the first couple issues and thought this would be a good one to share with the fam. So, what'd you guys think about issue number 1?
All right. I made some notes. I'm just going to list one of them off real quick. FNAF Disney is
I thought that too.
what wasn't my initial thought. My initial thought was Bendy and the Ink Machine vibes. Like
Oh, because
first
it started
page.
off black and white.
Yeah. Gave me a lot of those vibes, and also Telltale vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Like The Wolf Among Us and Walking Dead. Which makes sense because those were like obviously drawn to mimic comics and stuff, but I think that like this art style in Dark Ride matches up with that a lot more than like a Marvel comic would. So that's why I got those vibes from the art style and the characters. Like, what's his name? Devil Danny? Is that a Demon Danny or whatever his name is?
Demon D Evil.
The evil. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know where I got Danny from. Maybe from my demon sister.
Well, Danny. Well, there was a Dan. He was one of the workers.
Oh, okay. Anyways, the devil character in this looked a lot like Bendy, in my opinion.
Yeah, it did have that kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, old cartoons.
And in the
Probably.
guy's workshop, you could see like
Yeah.
a wolf head that looks very much like a animatronic from FNAF.
Yeah. You know, it's probably because this comic makes fun of Disney, which also Bendy also kind of makes fun of old Disney cartoons. Maybe, perhaps. Who knows?
Now I'm going to
Mhm.
interrupt you there for a second. When you say makes fun of, and
Well, not makes fun of.
I don't know if you
Draws
read
inspiration.
I don't know if you read the last page, the editor's notes or the writer's notes.
I
where
did not.
Joshua Williamson usually in the back of a comic, there's a place that you can write in questions and then the creators will answer them. Well, on the first issue, you don't have that. So the first issue, generally, you'll have the creator talk about, what he was trying to do, what he or she was trying to do. So turns out he's a super huge theme park enthusiast.
Oh, yeah.
Big time Disneyland enthusiast. And he said, although it may look like I'm trying to make fun of theme parks, it's actually he's doing a tribute to them in his own special way. So he loves theme parks. He loves horror stuff. And this was his way. He'd been thinking for a long time how to combine those two loves. And this turned out to be how he did it. So, yeah. I know you didn't mean that he was making fun of it, but
not any ill intent, but drawing inspiration from, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell that from the cover with the font that they pick to write Dark Ride in. Looks a little familiar, doesn't it, Danny?
It looks a little.
It's the Disneyland font. So not quite Disney World, right? Disney World has a different font.
That's right.
Yeah, Disneyland is more, thin scripty.
This D is very Disneylandish.
Yeah, nothing screams Disney like brutally murdering your wife in the first couple pages of a comic.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting into that part now.
We're getting in there. Well, it kind of opened up that way.
Yeah.
It didn't take us long to get there. Yeah, so we meet Arthur, and Arthur apparently in this flashback. Apparently in this flashback, he is a creator of rides, and apparently the world just isn't ready for horror rides yet, and he's been kind of down on his luck, it seems like, where the places are firing him for making these types of rides, and his wife says the thing that you never want to say to a creative type, that I should have married Stanley, whoever Stanley is. For all intents and purposes, I'm going to assume it's his brother, because that just makes that just makes the murder worthwhile, right? But yeah, whoever Stanley is, he's going places. He's creative, and that's all it took. He grabbed, I don't know, some kind of orb out of a demon's hand on his desk, and
I don't know what was going on.
Cracked her in the skull with it. If you've seen the show Fargo, it's very familiar to what happened at the very beginning of Fargo. Again, no spoiler alerts, but
I just think it's really cool how he was able to dig out a perfectly rectangular grave for his wife, like full on cemetery style.
Yeah, he that never happens in real life.
Only 45 miles from the Las Vegas Strip.
Yeah, so apparently Arthur, who's sporting a very Walt Disney-esque kind of mustache also.
Yeah.
drives his dear wife out to the desert, plops her in a nicely dug grave. And what do you think? That you see right after he plops her in there, you see the for sale sign. Do you think that's where the theme park ends up?
Oh.
Probably.
Considering after he plops her in there, there's a demon talking to her from the grave. So maybe the demon is localized to that area.
Oh.
And they do talk about the strip, the Vegas Strip or something. So they apparently have some property there too. The family has some property there. Maybe an attraction of some sort.
Yeah.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
It would have been really cool if they zoomed out after that scene, because the next panel is an overview of the theme park. It would have been cool if they zoomed out to
the empty desert
landscape. Yeah. And
that's what I was looking for.
Yeah. That would have been cool.
Yep.
Probably maybe too obvious.
Yeah.
That is a 2-page spread, so it's going to cost paper, so
right.
Can't be filling paper with empty desert now. Yeah, plop the wife in there, and then a demon starts saying, "Hey, you and I, we're gonna do some stuff. Let's make a deal. It's gonna be the ride of your life." And then that's the end of the flashback.
And then it's Wizard of Oz. Everything turns to color.
Everything turns to color. Yeah.
Very pretty.
So we get our first look at Devil Land, and including a feature of some of the rides: Murder Mountain, Zombie Zone, Werewolf Woods. And I don't know if you looked at the end of the comic. Did you look at
Yeah.
the park map?
Yes, I
They
really like
included a
that.
park map, which was really cool.
So again, in the end where the creator is writing his little 1-page, why I did this thing, he mentioned that he has like created rides in his mind and also theme parks. So this must be the culmination of that. This must have been a lot of fun for him to do,
That's pretty
because
awesome.
that theme park map, like complete with fake folds in it and stuff,
Yeah.
had the little numbers everywhere, and legend of what the
Like
rides are and
everything
where they
was
are.
labeled. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really neat. But yeah, we get to meet a couple of the rides, see these rides, which a lot of them are inspired by real rides. You know, the zombie zone is kind of like one of those laser shooter
Yeah.
type Men in Black type rides.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear. And yeah, so we get to see the park, and then we meet our I don't know, protagonist maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe from the first issue.
An extremely likable park enthusiast named Owen on his first day working for the place that he grew up loving to come to. So it's like a super awesome, happy story for him to be able to come and work for the place that he admires and he has so many fond memories of, going with his family that has apparently disappeared from some strange accident. I think
Yep.
They
we'll
drowned.
touch on that later.
Oh, Danny.
Anyways,
Maybe. I don't know.
So first day on the job, he meets, I guess, who's going to be his,
Mentor, trainer.
mentor, trainer type person, Katie Kingston, and gets a little tour of the place, including a tour of the background where the security guards watch over all the rides and talk about the shenanigans that happen in some of the rides.
Now, this comic is rated M for mature, just to let you guys know out there.
So some of the shenanigans may have been rated M for mature as well.
Yeah.
We won't go too deep into it. But yeah, get to get a little tour. He meets the security guard guy who's just a beefy man that gives him his ID card and says, "Don't lose this thing." And then he gets to see these three character suits. Danny D. Evil.
I was right. It was Danny.
Oh, yeah.
Old Nick. And the last one, I guess, is called The Fun.
The Fun.
It's like a three-eyed alien type
I like
person.
him. I like the Fun.
Fun.
Old Nick looks like Count from Sesame Street.
Yeah.
He
like
does,
evil,
yeah.
Evil version of Count.
Evil Count.
With a little pencil mustache as well. So yeah, so he meets, or he gets to see these costumes and shares a little story about how he dressed up like them when he was younger. And then he has to go do his real job. And what's his real job? What's the entry level position at Devil Land?
Cleaning.
Yeah, he's a cleaner.
Cleaning. Yep, cleaning garbage, cleaning
vomit, cleaning stuff.
Yep. So he's finding out that starting at the bottom is not all that fun, but he talks about how his family loved horror stuff and how they loved coming to the thing, and there was some accident, and we see a picture of a raft,
Yeah.
an inflatable raft, like a lifeboat raft, with him and his sister, his big sister, very young, just floating out in the middle of the ocean somewhere. So I don't know.
The frame before that is 4 people on the raft.
Yeah. And then there's 2.
Oh,
And then there's 2. I missed that the first time until just now also.
I saw it the first time.
Nice. Good eye, Danny.
Yeah, so we don't know exactly what happened there, but apparently
maybe we'll find out.
Two people aren't there anymore. I wonder where they went. And yeah, so then he bumps into
Arthur's son, Sam.
Arthur's son, Sam. Yep.
Some from his son from his second marriage, I suppose. The less mysterious marriage, as we'll find out later.
Yep. So he's running the place. This is his theme park to run. He's in charge of it, and Owen bumps into him. They start talking. He's very happy to meet a true theme park fan. So, and his name's what? Sam Hain?
Yeah, I guess so. They call him just Sam later.
Sam, yeah. Some strange names these kids have, but Sam Hain is like the name of the devil, right?
Oh, is it? I didn't know what that was.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it has some connotation to the devil.
The sister's name is way more obvious, but we'll get there.
Yep. Yeah, Sam's happy to meet a true theme park fan.
Bounce some ideas off of him.
Yeah, and he's getting a little frustrated that some of these other people in charge of the park that have to worry about stuff like finances and marketing and all that stuff want to turn the park into a more family-friendly park, because then they can get more people in, sell more tickets, sell more merch, be more successful. But that is against everything that Sam and his father has ever thought of. So Sam immediately fires this guy who's trying to pitch this family-friendly idea, who I guess they were friends growing up. So I've known you forever. I don't care. Goodbye. You're fired. And now this poor Owen thinks that he just got him fired. He just got Nick, was his name. Just got Nick fired.
It doesn't matter. Side character.
Yeah. He was short-lived in this comic, not like Owen, who's our protagonist.
Maybe.
And then all of a sudden, as the firing ensues, here comes Halloween.
Yep. When the frame said it's Halloween, I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's like Halloween time. That's awesome. No, that's Sam's sister's name. That's her name. Her name is Halloween. And she's like an actress? ? Famous person. She's a famous person.
Yep, but she's the more likable of the two. The crowd goes crazy over her. They're all trying to get pictures and selfies with her.
Yeah.
And sharing what they think of her.
But she doesn't sign some autographs.
Signing some autographs, perhaps, on female body parts. And the brother and sister, who in outward appearances love each other, they really hate each other.
Right.
And,
because right now she's stepping on his land.
Yep.
Because Halloween got Hollywood, and Sam got the park.
Yep. So
they're confused why she's there. Dear old dad wants to talk to them.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because dear old dad might be missing. Or might not be missing. Who knows?
Yep. So then the excitement is over. Back to cleaning the park. We have a little interlude by what's got to be like a YouTuber.
I said
like
park vlogger smiley face in my notes.
Yeah. But it's neat how they changed the coloring of this particular page to have more of a video, washed out look. And his dialogue is just perfect for a vlogger. Talking about some of the tea, I guess. And to include even stuff like the pizza place, Frankenstein's Pizza, has a new special. So
yeah.
I got a little vibe like
Paging Mr. Morrow.
Yeah, paging Mr. Morrow's accounts
reviews
of different foods and stuff. So that was a neat little interlude. And then it's time for the park to close.
Night time.
The crowd exits, and oh no, Owen has figured out that he lost his badge somewhere.
Yeah.
So instead of looking for it tomorrow, he decides, hey, I'm going to go retrace my steps and see if I can find this badge. And as he's walking around digging through trash, I think he finds it.
Yep.
But then he gets a mysterious text.
Someone say his name.
Mysterious text that says, "How was the first day of work, bro?" So maybe from his sister. And before you can fully answer that, the Devil's Due
The
ride
red
starts like
text.
pulling him in,
Yeah.
so calling his name. And he walks in. He thinks it's some kind of a hazing. He thinks
Yeah,
it's first day on the job hazing, and
spoofing
then
the new employee.
notices that some of the stuff in the ride doesn't look like what he's been on the ride hundreds of times probably, and he's noticing, hey, that's not been there before. And then he notices 2 bodies floating in some water. One
Mom?
of which he reaches out and calls mom. I might assume the other one might be the dad. And then the 3 characters that were empty suits before now are blocking his way and shoving him onto the ride and buckling him in. And
Yep.
into the ride he goes.
Into the
And
right he goes.
he
And
still just thinks, okay, nothing to be scared of. I've been on this ride before. They're just hazing me, and the door's shut. There's some screaming, and that's the end of that section. Now we've got the big castle. So this is the castle
Dark
that's in the
Castle?
what is it? The Dark Castle?
I think it's the Dark Castle.
Yeah, some kind of castle that's in the park. We got Sam walking in there and greeting his dad, saying, "Hey, what is Halloween doing here?"
I can't get over her name.
And I guess the dad's like, "Well, she's supposed to be here tomorrow, but it's just like her to show up early anyways and mess things up." But he's got something to talk to them about apparently. And but Sam is just very upset about not being able to pull in new crowds, not being able to make enough money, and he's very hard on himself about that. And his father says, "Sam, my son, you have nothing to fear. I've recently been inspired."
And you'll have to read the comic to know what that means.
we don't need to spoil that much, but yeah. So some event has happened that has recently inspired old man murder machine.
Old man murder machine.
And that's he's got some new drawings up on the wall, so he's been
Yeah.
hard at work.
Yeah.
Well, his name references something. His name is Arthur Dante. And
From
like Dante's
Inferno.
Inferno. Yeah. So I don't know if that was always his name or if he got that name when he maybe made a deal with the devil. Who knows?
That may have been what was in that grave in the desert.
Yeah.
Pretty good first issue. Gives you a little background, gives you a little story to think about, and then gives you a little twist at the end. That's exactly what you want in a first issue comic. Have you counting the days until the next one comes out. So what did you think overall, Danny? Do you like this one?
I did. I want to read more. I feel like there's a lot to unfold.
Yeah, like that park map.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna know the backstory to all these characters.
Yeah, find out what happened to Owen's family.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows what'll happen? Did you say you
Yeah.
got multiple issues of it?
Yeah, I've got
Ooh.
I think the first 6 so far.
Okay. You have to share those.
Yeah.
Because as
Now-
soon as I thought FNAF Disney, I was locked in. Locked in.
Now as I look at this park map here, this is a park that they could build and would be successful. So if Mr. Williamson is listening to our humble podcast, I would say go ahead
Make it
and build it, because
Yeah.
I want to ride that guillotine ride.
Oh, guillotine drop.
Yeah. It's basically a drop tower, but you are the guillotine blade.
It's giving me well, King's Dominion is great. but King's Dominion Horror Time. I forget what King's Dominion calls it, but that's extra great. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is, you think about how successful Halloween Horror Nights is for Universal and how
Yeah.
that is spread to basically every other theme park. Knott's Berry Farm has Not Scary Farm. Even Disney has the Not So Scary Halloween, overlay. All the
Family friendly.
King's Dominion type places, all the Cedar Fair places have their Horror Nights going on. And you would think, yeah, this would definitely be something that could be a year-round attraction. And I think they're doing in Vegas.
In Vegas?
It
Vegas,
might
you
be.
say?
It might be Universal is making a year-round like indoor overlay of Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh.
So it may just be like all the little walkthrough things or something.
Well, obviously they read this awesome comic and stole the idea. So they owe Mr. Williamson maybe some commission.
Yes. We advocate for the little man.
Yes.
But yeah, super cool comic. I was for sure. I was when I heard about it, and then when I found it, I thought, man, I really hope that this is good because we love theme parks, we love comics,
And it's got all the makings of being good, like the references and I don't know.
Now, did you notice how they always tease the second issue, and they had a page
they
full
had
of
the variant covers.
Variant covers, yeah.
Yeah, one of them's like a like a Disney VHS tape. It's like a Beauty and the Beast parody.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess.
wonderful.
It's so cute.
It makes me very proud that you know what VHS is.
I was a kid.
You were a kid? I was also.
Those
That's
were
something
around
we
when
have
I
in
was
common.
a kid still.
Yeah, but most people don't remember what they're called.
True.
But yeah, very much a homage to Beauty and the Beast.
A Skybound classic. What is Skybound?
I think that's the part of Image that does this.
Oh.
It's either the publisher or
something like that. Some image thing.
Yeah, because the email address for the comic is darkride@skybound.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they even have. Do you notice they have a friendship statue? You know how the Disney parks have Walt Disney holding hands with Mickey Mouse or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They've got a picture of Old Man Murder. Arthur with
Danny
his.
D. Evil.
Yep, that's awesome. Yeah, looking forward to reading more of these.
Definitely.
Any final thoughts from either of you before we wrap up this episode?
It's so good. Go read it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Support your indies. We love Marvel, but we love indies too. And then there's
Our last
DC.
2 comic episodes have been indie comics.
Yeah, I'm trying to broaden our horizons.
No DC yet, though. Not that broad.
We did Batman. We did our
second
Batman.
episode.
Yeah.
That was more the movie, I think. Whatever.
Well, cool. We'll go find this at your local comic book store. It's going to be in the back issues section because it's a year old, but still in publication. 7 issues in, I believe. So go check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to wrap up this episode. Thank you for joining us again and listening to us talk about some of our favorite things like comics, video games, movies,
horror,
theme parks. And go check out that YouTube
VHS
channel, see what we're working on. Check out some of our back catalog to see some other episodes. If you got here because you like this comic, then you may find some other things in our back catalog that you may like also.
We do have a Halloween episode from last year, and we're probably going to do another one.
That's
Stay
right around the
tuned.
corner.
Yeah.
Halloween is on a Tuesday.
I mean, we've got to do a FNAF episode for Halloween this year because the movie comes out. So,
That'd be cool.
just saying.
Maybe does that mean I have to play more than like 5 minutes of the game?
You can just watch Markiplier.
Okay.
True.
He's the king of Five Nights at Freddy's.
All right.
Self-titled.
I'll give him another view. He might need it.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, thank you for listening to our podcast. Check us out on our socials, Family Geekery. Check out the YouTube channel. And until next time,
Peace
out
out.
and geek
geek
out.
out. Thank you for listening to the Family Geekery podcast. For more information, visit www.familygeekery.com. Don't forget to subscribe at your favorite podcast provider. And until next time, peace out and geek out.